Hi, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Marvelous. So we're building up on the fractions. Now we're entering fractions and decimals. This is the part one. If you missed the previous ones, the earlier parts, understanding fractions, part 1 to 4, the links are actually attached on the description of this video. Do well to also remember to subscribe to this channel, like this video, turn on your notification bells too, so you can always be the first to get all the other updates as I post them. So if you're ready, let's go. So today we want to recognize equivalence to fractions, including mixed number fractions. Equivalence. Look at these numbers. Can you write them as fractions? Look at them properly. 5500. Can you write it as fractions? 800, 5/10, and 265,000. Can you write these as fractions? Okay, welcome back. Let's check. Did you get these? 5500. Yeah, that's 55 over 100. 800. 8 over 100. Yeah. 5/10. 5 over 10. 265,000. That's 265 over 1,000. So 265 over 1,000. Now, you remember your thousands, hundreds, tens, and ones. Ones also called units. And then when you hit your decimal point, any other number after the decimal point, you start from the tenths, hundreds, thousands, 10,000, 100,000, like that. It keeps going. So it's actually very easy to convert decimal numbers to fractions if they only have tenths, hundreds, or thousands. So for example, only tenths, like 0.2, you see the value, the 10 after decimal point, the number 10. That is 2/10. So that's just 2 over 10, 2/10. You see how we get that? Only hundreds, 0.02. This 2 is at the place value of hundreds. So that is 200. And it's very easy. You just change that to fraction. Okay. And then 0.002, the place value of 2 here is thousands. That is 2,000. So you see, that's very simple. What about decimal numbers greater than 1? For example, 1.42. How do we convert these ones to fractions? Now you recall that fractions are part of a whole number. They are always smaller or less than 1. So bearing that in mind, now look at 1.42. So you have a whole, which is 100. So that is 1. This is one whole. And then this is the fractional part, that is 42. Now this is 42 hundredths. Okay, 42 hundredths. So you have the one whole, 42 hundredths. So it's very simple. So from decimal point, you have here as your tenth and here to your hundred. So you have the 4 as your tenth to the hundredth, and together that is 42 hundredths. And then this is one whole. It is a whole number for the decimal point. That is your ones or your units. So one whole, 42 hundredths. That's very simple, right? Let's practice. Convert these decimals to fractions and the fractions also to decimals. So we have 0.85, 0.9, 0.234, and 0.25. And then these fractions, 5400, 800, 263,000, that's 263,000, and 9/10. Pause the video and get that. Let's continue. Okay, welcome back. So did you get them right? So we have 0.85 as from 8 is your 10th and 5 is your 100. So this is 8500. Okay, the last place value is 100. So 8500. Okay, 9, it is just the last place value here is 10th. So 9/10. Okay, 2, 3, 4 thousandth. So the 2 is a 10th, 3 is 100, and 4 is 1,000. So the last place value is 1,000 after the decimal point, remember? So 234,000. Okay, and then you have the 2 as 10th and 5 as 100. So last place value after the decimal point, 100. So 2,500. That's very simple, right? So, okay, the fractions, easy too. Okay, so there are a number of things you could do just to remember the other way around we came from the decimal, or you could still break this down with canceling these zeros each time you remember that 54 also has decimal points, but then we don't put them. So if you cancel a 0, you're moving decimal points in between the 4 and 5, and then you cancel another 0, moving the decimal points at the back of 5. So that gives you 0.54. That could also be a way out for that. But also remember, just remember the place value. Okay, so 8, that's 800. That is to say, the place value of 8 is in the 100. That means nothing in the 10. So we have to place a 0 on the 10, and then we'll have the 8 at the 100. Okay, 263,000, 263,000. So we have 263. That is 1,000. That's the last place value. So remember 0.263 because it's thousands. Okay, so it has to be 263 thousandths or 0.263. And then 7/10 is just a tenth. The tenth, that's the place value immediately after the decimal point. So immediately after a decimal point, you have the 10, and that's 0.7. Okay, let's check another one. Now convert the following decimal numbers to mixed number fractions, and also the mixed number fractions to decimal numbers. So we have 2.35, 1.04, 23.4, and 5.83. Those are the decimals to convert. And then we have these mixed number fractions: 6 whole 4300, 22 whole 7/10, 2 whole 152,000, and 1 whole 2/10. Can you convert all of this? Pause the video and get that worked out. Okay, welcome back. How many did you get right? Let's see. 2.35. Okay, from decimal point 35, that is 3,500. 3 is a 10 and 5 is 100. So we have 2 already before the decimal point. So that's our 2 whole, and then 3,500. And we have 1 whole, always remember, before the decimal point, that is your whole. And then after the decimal point, 0, 10, and 400. So nothing for 10. So it's just 400. Okay. 23 whole before the decimal point. So 23 whole and 4/10. Nothing again. 5 whole and 835,000. The last place value after the decimal point. 835. 8 the 10th, 3 the 100, and 5 the 1,000. So we have 835,000. Okay, 835,000, so to say. But of course, it's not up to 835. So we can just say 83500. Okay. Now we have the fractions: 6 whole 4300. Okay, so your 6 whole, remember, that's your 6 before the decimal point, that's the whole. Then after the decimal point, you have 4,300. So 4 the 10th and 3 the 100. 4,300. 22 whole 7/10. Okay, that's very simple like that. 2 whole 152 thousandths, the last place value being 1,000, and 1 whole 210, 1 whole only 2 at the 10. Okay, so that's about fractions and decimals, especially when it has to do with tenths and hundredths and thousands, and also mixed numbers. Of course, in the next lesson, we're going to advance a bit, and we'll keep getting advanced until you are able to actually grab everything about fractions at your fingertips. So I'll see you in the next lesson. Bye.